I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jax, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. Where were we? You guys, after a whirlwind few days in Delnori, you started making waves among a few groups, and the last kind of deal done was with the crew of the Oddmium Trist, the pirates, and apparently
Professional scallywag. We're the professional scallywags.
No, but I called them I called them scallywags / philanthropists after you said, and the deal was that as you would hunt out the second half of this map that would lead you to Yalanre, which is this lost tomb as part of an old city called Zalumai that fell into the sea thousands of years ago. And they can't go into the Deus Ward because they're too piratey.
So we the professional scallywag.
Yeah.
I have a question. Why can't they just dress up? Why can't
they? No, they wouldn't do that.
Why?
They wouldn't do
Also, it's they've got skin grafts. They've got coins under their skin and stuff.
Hot.
So
Scarves.
They look cool. They look rad AF.
No, they can't get in there for whatever reason. They've said they can't get in.
Have they tried?
All right.
No, but seriously, have they tried?
They like Davy
You didn't
Jones.
ask them, but yes.
So they have tried.
They can't go on land.
Yeah. They can't. Only Detrius Cabal can go on that. That's the most naughtiest thing ever. That is very 2008.
Thanks for
You're so
dismissing the eyeliner.
2000 late.
Right, it looks so good. Okay, they gave you a load of money, or at least they advanced you a load of money, and then there was expenses, and the only trade thus far was that Sentinel had to chop their finger off. So goodbye, end of your little finger.
I'm gonna put it back.
You think you've still got it?
We still have it, yeah.
But yeah, then when
That was
you
earlier today.
it's still warm.
Nice.
You departed from the ship and walked onto the plaza and saw one of the spires or chimneys, now you know it was one of the chimneys, explode up on the Deus Ward, and you effectively chased down the...
Feels like a year ago.
Yeah, you chased down what caused the explosion. You found a group of thugs who were causing havoc, carrying around some big box, and there was a little bit of debate. You're like, wait, are they really bad? And then you saw one of them trying to stab someone. You're like, okay, yeah, they're really bad. And then you attacked them and really blasted through them. One of the Touch Lotus Thieves Guild turned up, who is still in the employ of, under your knowledge, under the employ of Dolan Crissaphaene, the alchemist from the Maze Market. And they unleashed this creature from a box that they were carrying, and it was this horrific thing with scythes for arms.
Didn't we kill it in about 30 seconds?
You killed it pretty quick. You did kill it pretty quick.
Not so terrifying, no.
Thanks to Freya's fucking sick ass spellcasting.
Yeah.
Live fireball.
Oh yeah, the fireball. And Ansel's help belching up flaming fireballs. And then you chase down the Touch Lotus guy, who was aptly named the Glove, I think, because he had a metal hand.
I thought we were just calling him Hands.
Yeah.
Or hands.
Yeah, we're real creative.
Hands, eyes, and arms.
You got to the building with the exploded chimney, which was the Artificers Guild, like a big warehouse.
We did kill that guy.
You killed that guy after the chase because you hit him in the bush.
Yeah.
Then you ran down to the Artificers Guild, where you saw the rest of the Touch Lotus crew dragging this big sack of, I think there was a rip in the side and you saw some gold bars. They were basically stealing a huge sack or something. They stuck together and teleported away after one round of pretty brutal attacks from you guys. And then quickly after that, you rushed back to the body that you hid. And Moxie, using her mask, she asked 5 questions of the dead man. And you found out a few things. You found out that Dolan was scared of some chosen one from some god's chosen or something like that. That he was using the archway. He was trying to fix the archway first of all, and then he was using it to find shivers, artifacts from this other place that the archway led, and a few other things. And that is where we will begin. So what you can see at the moment is, after this immediate spell casting, in the distance, sort of back towards the dais ward, you can see some of the House Talisic guards beginning to herd people into either their safety of their guilds that have not been attacked, or back into the dais ward streets. Yeah.
Lunch?
It is about 8 in the morning.
I'm like lying down in the grass because I went and flew and chased after the buggers. I'm knackered and I was like...
You did make it down safely though.
Yeah, no, I know, I'm having a nap. Like just lying in the grass like I'm so tired.
Is that a short rest?
Depends how long you'll leave me there. It's more of like, I've given up. I did so much running. I did so much running. Well, because I ran after the guy, then I ran after the other guy.
And then you were flying.
Flying for 10 minutes.
You can kind of hear in the distance the Talisic guards like, move along, you over there, get inside the mumbles.
Lying on the floor.
I think I'm inside and I just found a gold bar on the floor and put it in my pocket.
Yeah, you did. I'd say in the time that they were, if you choose to run back to the gang, then...
I'm just wandering around.
Okay, cool. So yeah, mid-casting you would have had like a minute or a handful of minutes.
We decided that they took loads of gold bars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Also, Sentinel saw them, the two that... Yes. Run through the city and looked like they went into the direction of Skewer Street, which is the other side of the city.
Which is where we live. But it's also...
We know how to get into that cave.
Yeah, we do.
Depends if we want to follow them now, or if we want to chill out, since we know where they are, strictly speaking.
Amaya is still recovering from a little bit of vomiting, so...
Oh, yeah.
I'll just go...
I'm very pale.
Did we talk to whoever's in charge?
No.
I spoke to some... I got a name, didn't I?
Yeah.
You did. That was a senior fellow whose name was...
Tulip.
It was Tulip, well remembered, or well
such
written
a pretty
down.
name.
I don't know if he gave you his whole name, but he said his name was Senior Fellow Tulip.
And there was Artificer Lilith.
That is correct.
Yes.
He referenced he wrote that a note for Eugene, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll get us back in.
Actually, it was Senior Fellow Tulip, and sorry, you're right, Artificer Lilith. Yeah, you're right.
So what does everyone want to do?
Do we want to help with the cleanup here, or do we
No.
want to nope out and slink back and get back into the city, pretend we were never here?
I think that's probably why.
I did.
Leave our business cards.
Sentinel, do you want to piggyback?
Yes.
I would like to piggyback Sentinel.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I started to find Magnus. I don't know if he was attacked or if he's just gone making sweeps. 2 very different scenarios there. One's hopefully safe and one a bit more terrifying.
Do you want to go back via the sweet shop?
See if you
Well,
might
always.
Does the danger seem to have passed? Is it like quieting up?
For sure. The guards have kind of like, where they were missing during the fight, they've kind of...
Suddenly materialised.
They've started
How
herding.
convenient.
I mean, what exploded though?
The chimney.
The chimney exploded.
What made the chimney
Why?
do the exploding?
It was a pretty massive explosion.
Do we want to go in and
Yeah.
find out? I'm like...
Is there a smell of
Scared
anything in the air
off.
now that we're closer? Because I did it in a city, but...
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Does the air smell weird?
Ooh,
You can roll a perception check.
20 but not natural.
Very nice, 20.
But like specifically,
Yeah.
like, I suppose that Eugene's using his expertise and more thinking about like, is there anything
the alchemy.
chemical? Is there anything?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Roll with advantage for them because you're
Oh, cool.
focusing on the smell.
Well, I probably won't be
From an
like
alchemical
yeah,
perspective.
You
so
might have got
20.
an alchemy.
Yeah. So
16. Oh my god. You're smelling like if there's anything weird. There's a low roll for you on perception.
Oh, right, I rolled a 7. I thought you were like, wow, you rolled the 16.
Yeah, it sounded like
the best roll.
So trash for you.
Hey, you
Your
suck.
perception
Maybe just
rolls-
leave.
I've started skewing perception checks like DCs on this
I have
now
+8,
because they're
it's
so
fine.
high. Like yours is rolling so high, so I'm writing stuff like that would be an 18. That's a 22. You're just gonna see it.
Moxie has a +8 Arcana.
Are you skewing the
Arcana?
investigation?
Are you skewing the investigation?
No, I'm not.
Arcana?
But your passive is pretty nuts.
I have good insight as well.
Right. So
medicine.
for the 16,
Skew those.
when I say skew, I mean I'm just making them harder, like writing it harder.
This is a
basically.
prick.
I also have to write combat harder. You guys are way better than any calculator.
Oh, you're
if I-
so good, guys.
If I make history checks with with anything alchemical, I get a +10.
That's good.
Damn.
It's very niche.
I wouldn't say we're in the wouldn't say we're in the realms of history smelling, but so Freya, you smell. I wouldn't say there's anything weird other than the kind of acrid smell of the fire, the explosion, bits of rubble, maybe a sort of brick dust smell. But no, I guess you're standing by the body as well. Yeah, other than that, nothing unexpected really.
Corpse over
Yeah.
Charles.
Eugene, you'd smell all that. You also pick up a little bit of possibly a residue of some sort that makes you think that this. It's hard to say for sure, but when there would be a very violent reaction, you'd often be left with a residue in the air that's quite volatile. It wouldn't last very long. You get a tiny whiff of that, which makes you think that this could have possibly been an alchemical explosion of some sort, possibly.
Smelly, volatile stuff. Smells like volatility.
Or what are you doing at the moment? You're the only one separate.
Yeah, I was wandering
Stealing.
around inside, like having
Yeah.
a look around.
Sure. You found the gold bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember where I was after that.
I think that
I was just walking about.
you went towards into the warehouse and you saw some wards on the floor and you felt a kind of prickling sensation. I think one of it said bloodburn aura, as in on the floor there was an engraving.
Oh yeah, layer 1 bloodburn.
Yeah, but you did see through kind of endless stacks, almost like shelves and shelves of warehouse storage in crates, some loose, some wrapped in paper. It just goes on and on. But it was empty and the place was filled with smoke. And then you think you found the bar on the floor.
I'm just going to rummage through the stuff and see what's in there.
Okay, roll a constitution check because you are in a room full of smoke.
I know obviously I'm smelling stuff, but do I see or do any of
Just
this?
check or
Are
say.
you at the artificers as well? I thought you were with the other group.
Well, I didn't know where we were relative to where Steve was.
Oh, okay. The body is about 300 feet away.
Oh, so I wouldn't see Steve.
It's like halfway.
Lucky guy.
It doesn't matter if it's check or save. It's like
Stealing from the guilds.
It's a check at the moment.
14.
Okay, yeah. You get the feeling that this is really gonna get pretty grim in your lungs soon. Not threatening you yet, but yeah, roll an investigation check. You're currently in the kind of workshop area.
17.
Nice.
Okay. So what you see in there it is. So you did previously see 2 unconscious people being dragged out by members of the guild. You don't see any other people. You just see lots and lots of strange-looking equipment. It looks like it's obviously been left immediately. There's like a pile of what you would recognise now as fancy parts, like a set of gears. They look well machined. There's some that are in preparation. Some blocks of metal that haven't been taken. You see a wall of strange tools that look like basically big versions of Tinker tools, and you see a couple of machines that are covered in sigillism. What we would probably, for ease of description, what looks like a lathe, basically, but instead of it being pump action with a pedal, it's covered in sigils. That's what you see. It's pretty hard to see around in here though, because it's pretty thick with smoke.
If only there was a gust of wind.
If only.
I'll pick up the fancy parts and then I'll just make my way out.
Cool. All right. You've there's about 120 golds worth of fancy parts.
How much is my gold bar worth as well?
Did I not give you a value? It was about the size of your palm, I said.
Yeah.
Oh, we tried to figure out how much.
How much it would be worth. Let me see if I've jotted it down. It is worth 300 gold. Okay, Aura, if you're going to have a look on your way out, roll a con save for me, please, and then your investigation check.
Con save.
I like after cut, I've suddenly just got a cookie in my hand.
1 second.
It's like when
I
you
was
give
just saving the fancy
like
parts.
an animated
I forgot my
like
big
computer
voice again.
people, and then they're just like.
Yeah.
Con save wasn't that great. I think it's like a 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having fun with my friends.
You take 3 poison damage.
Okay.
And your investigation check, please. Plus.
I think that's 13.
Yeah. As you're leaving, you see off to the side another pile of what you would assume are more fancy parts. But you would have to walk back to the other side, like past the front door and go in there. Take
That's
30
okay.
seconds.
That's okay, I'll take it. 30 seconds to get some fancy parts.
Oh my god!
Roll a con save.
Eugene's gonna be so angry.
with these? You're gonna get another letter.
No. That's not good.
The roll wasn't
It's
good
a
either.
7.
I assumed that with the you failed.
I rolled a
That's 6 poison damage this time.
That's okay.
Imagine if he passed out here. No one would know.
No clue.
No one would know. They've already dragged the bodies. They've done the search. You saw them do it.
Like some artificer will find him with loads of parts and think, he was one of the thieves.
Now we have to break Aura out of prison. And
That way he's probably dead.
Break his body out of prison. So you're going for more fancy parts.
Yeah, that was what I was doing.
You find how many was that? You find 5 fancy parts. I'm rolling for these now.
Cool.
And they are worth
Nothing.
40 gold,
Fucking hell.
which effectively is 40 golds worth of fancy parts. I don't know why I rolled for the number of them.
Oh, I thought it was like 40 gold times 5.
No, they're just total 40
total.
gold.
And then I will make my way out.
Okay.
Finally.
With your haul.
Yep.
Just like
I'm just
dragging
gonna-
off.
People having CPR up front. He's just like, later, guys.
Can we just hear loads of like metallic noises as he walks? Is it very
He's jingling.
Clanking along with his fancy parts and plate armor.
Does anyone hear that noise?
It's my armor.
Smoking in there.
Guys, I can't see, but I think one of those thieves is about.
Hey, I made nearly 500 gold on that.
Worth of fancy parts. So
And the gold.
And the gold bar.
the gold bar, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so what are you doing? Gonna head back? Are you heading back? It's about 300 feet.
Yeah, I'll make my way over and just like
Okay. For the sake of
see if there's any bodies that need dragging anywhere.
well, the house Talus guards, they're probably making their way towards you guys with the body at this point, or they're spreading out. They're not beelining at you, but they're making their way across the gardens.
I'll just walk past top of them all.
Yeah, they kind of glance your way for a moment, but there's still a lot of civilians around, a lot of guild members, so they're busy. Okay, so you guys are united. You're still at the body that's in the bush. I don't think you pulled him out, did you?
Yeah, we sort
in the
of
bush.
did kind of like
Feet sticking out.
Okay,
We stood in a circle around Moxie. So
like
I could see.
emperor penguins.
Yeah, exactly like that. And I don't know why I was part of that circle, because anybody could just look over me.
Well, then when I came back, I lay on the floor like I was dead, so it was almost like you were just around me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. So you're piggybacking.
I'm on the back now.
Okay, I think we're going back to the pub via
The sweet shop.
If we could
I
also
agree.
go via the Night Mountain, that would be useful for me. I'll just pop it.
Cool.
pop in, do some dark deeds.
Are you going to be alright walking that far?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
There's no more in there. But there's a big cloud of poisonous stuff in there.
Yeah.
That's getting worse, by the way.
You sound
boring.
really jangly.
What do you mean no more than that?
No more of the Touch Lotus thieves.
Oh, okay, that sounds legitimate, yeah.
I think they got the bodies out of everyone else as well, but they were having a bad time in there.
Yeah, I believe that.
Ian, why? Okay. You guys are heading down to
Or the
Night Mountain and Sweet Shop.
There's nothing poking out of Aura's bag. So.
No, it's not like
When he
huge amounts of
walks,
stuff.
can we hear it?
He hasn't just got a
up to
coat
Aura.
and then just holding the
I
stuff
mean,
inside his coat.
I'm wearing chainmail, so
Yeah, it just sounds
Yeah.
like
Just
sounds a bit loud.
Just
Chainmail
great.
is slightly louder today.
I cleaned it last night.
Okay.
Oh, you must have used a very good lube.
Is this thing called WD-40?
Ye olde WD.
what does the WD stand for?
I think it was the... I don't know. I think it was... I know 40 was like the 40th time they tried to make it before it worked.
Are we actually talking real life?
No,
There was a case study about it in the library of the guild. Yeah, there were 40 experiments.
It was by
Yeah,
Mr. Wensley Dale.
Water
Is it just cheese?
Yeah, it's just cheese.
It's spray cheese.
Spray cheese, get your real squeaky.
So are you guys
Toy
split
store.
up, or are you going to do like
I
Night
feel like
Mountain
we
and
should
Sweet
stick
Shop?
together.
I literally want to
Together.
pop my head in and say hello to someone, and then I'll be out.
Yeah, we'll stick together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys arrive pretty quickly.
Sentinel hops off my back.
You're
No, I'm like, no, take me in.
I'll
Noble
reverse to
steed.
it.
Should I disguise myself before we go in?
You didn't last time, did you?
No, but should I?
You can still
Well,
stay out here.
you guys can stay outside. I'm going to be 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll risk it.
Okay.
okay. What do you look like? Oh, you're just going
I
to go
look like
on. Oh, I think
I disguised myself to look like me.
Well, you arrive in the. It's deep in the residential part of the Plaza District. It is a ramble of timber-framed floors. Each floor is slightly different. Some of them are brick. Some of them are more wood. Some of them are pebble dashed. And is it just Sentinel going in, or are you also going in? I wasn't sure.
I want to peer in through the window.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's Moradin.
Hang out outside.
Yeah, so you pop in and he's it's quiet in there. It's still early morning, but yeah.
That was the session I missed, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm going in.
Okay.
I just want to do stuff.
I'm just hanging out outside.
Okay, so you two go in. Sentinel and Eugene go in.
Oh, Eugene's the only one who's going to be interested in what I'm doing anyway.
You see the barman Hurub Tilt, who is the wrinkled dwarf.
He's got a name.
Yeah. I think he told you his name was Hurub.
Don't think he did, because I think I'd remember that.
Oh, okay. But it's Hurub
Seems
Tilt.
new to me, yeah.
And it is those of you peering in, and for Eugene, your first. Oh no, you. Oh yeah, you were
First, yeah.
First
I
time
did.
that you've been in, so yeah, there's a collection of arms and armor on display. A lot of it's collecting dust. You've got this kind of decking-like flooring with some rugs dotted about, and there's some tables and chairs that clutter the space. And in one of the booths, the same booth as last time, Morderin is sitting having his breakfast. And for Eugene's sake, he is a human. He's got blonde, kind of short, slightly curly hair. Looks a little bit dishevelled, a little bit hungover. And he's wearing a dark burgundy coat over a doublet. Very nice knee-high boots.
I go over and I just sit down at his booth and I put my feet on his table. Just like fully kicking back, like, Jesus, you weren't lying when you said all you did was eat and drink and fuck.
He kind of puts the food into his mouth with a shaky fork, ignoring you.
How's the food?
It's good.
I'm going to go, whilst you do this, I'm just going to go off and get food.
Okay.
But like takeaway food to go, snacks.
Okay.
Get some for the group.
Yeah.
All right. You walk off to the bar. I'll admit, I didn't expect to see you quite so soon.
Yeah, no, I need a favour of something of the more illicit variety. I need to stock up on some things.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I like fake looking at a watch, need to run. So maybe if you come and meet me later, you know where I am, right? I did tell you.
Yes, I'm aware.
Come come see me tonight.
Okay. What do you want to tell me what you need now? Bear in mind, I'm not a shopkeeper. I don't have a stock.
But I don't know you have stock, but you might know where I can buy the sweet drugs from.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, we can discuss that later then.
I'm like,
All right.
I just take a bit of food off his plate and fuck off.
He doesn't fight. He just
I
looks
know.
fucked. Yeah. You're ordering food with Hurrow.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do
can I get you?
Do you have any sort of takeaway breakfast?
We've got pies.
Can they be had outside on the street?
You can hold them in your hands.
Oh, yes. Could I have one of
Okay.
those, please?
If I see Eugene at the bar through the window, can I knock on the window and be like, can I get one as well? I'll pay you.
Amara, I can't hear you through this glass.
Okay, I open the door. I'm like, if you get me one, I'll pay you back.
Does it go outside? Does anyone else want any pies? I get everyone a pie.
Okay. It's a silver pie.
I'll do that.
Quite big pies.
What's in the pie?
Meat.
Meat pie.
Is
Some
this the one
potatoes.
he gave us whiskey with last time?
It was. Yeah. That's the
yes,
same
pastry.
pie.
Is this what people usually have for breakfast
is
in
cold.
the city?
Nope. But you wanted it. I mean, I can't do sausages and eggs on it.
Would you have a stick?
No.
Oh, we'll just take the pies.
Okay. He gives you like a stack of cold pies,
Delicious.
and
Are
they're
these
just like
supposed to
wrapped in like grease paper.
Are these supposed to be served warm?
However you want.
Eugene, we can deal with it. It's fine.
I can make them warm for you.
Don't worry, we have
What with
magic.
a fireball?
Congratulations.
So I give the person 6 silver.
6 silver. Thank you kindly. He goes back to his bar duties. Okay.
Yeah, if when we get out, we're like, yeah, I mean, if his mum wanted us to get one half of the map, then they might know where the other half of the map is. So, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet shop.
Sweet shop.
Amaya's very happy because she's got a pie.
Yeah, they're pretty good. It's cold in the way that, like they go a bit, a little bit congealed, the gravy, when it's
Like
cold.
in a good way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously floured the sauce.
I'm moaning that mine's cold.
They're all cold.
Does anyone want theirs warmed up?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah, press the station and I'll warm.
Very
I
nice.
thought you were going to fireball.
Could you imagine?
Eugene's is very hot now. Scaldingly hot. No, I'm joking. Okay, you guys make your way through the Plaza District, and by the time you get to the sweet shop, it's probably around 9, half 9.
So early.
You see Terence through the window, putting out sweets, laying them out nicely, as you did actually, because you helped with this job. He's placing them out on the papers and the boxes. And he sees you through the window as his head's like through one of the shoulders. He's like, "Oh, you're right." Knocks his head on the shoulder. He opens the door for you. Morning.
Is Magnus here?
Oh, yeah, he actually is. Yes. He was a little bit worried about what was going on up there, though. We thought the glass was going to cave in. He starts like he's standing in the doorway, just talking to you now. It's like bloody terrible.
One of my friends pushed me in the water. That helped with the shockwave.
Why were you what?
Your friends.
In the water?
Yeah, it's very cold.
Oh yes. Oh.
I'm in the back, like.
Let's say instead I almost say acquaintance, but then change it to friend.
Oh yeah, and then he kind of notices you. He's like, "Oh, morning.
Morning.
Hello.
You look a little
Morning.
worse for wear. Did you sleep outside?
Yeah.
Yep.
You went swimming? Oh, you're not
Some of
wet,
us
are
did.
you?
Slightly damp, yeah. Can we sit down?
I mean, I don't have any tables inside, but
On the floor.
you're welcome to sit on the steps, I guess.
Maybe you should tell them about our idea to turn us into some sort of experience.
Oh
thing.
yes,
And then we would have tables
you
somewhere.
go through and you see your brother. I remember.
Did I tell him he was my brother?
I think you did, didn't you?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
You said his name
Are
was.
they
You
not twins?
said his name was Magnus Valentine.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
If not,
It really doesn't matter. Like, yeah, that's fine.
and he kind of steps out of the way and he starts telling you guys about his business plan.
Amaya's really interested.
Well, what we're thinking is, it's like an experience.
Tell them about the toiletries.
The toiletries.
They
Oh,
were
yes,
like
right.
sweets.
The sweets, but yes. So that, like, imagine if you had a tissue roll, but it was edible, and then
Why
he
would you eat
starts.
tissues?
Because they're sweets. You just hear
Right.
me as I run off.
All right.
I mean, I am looking for a honeymoon at some point.
See, well, he's gonna like tell you all about his business plan. Meanwhile, you walk into the sweet shop, very familiar. You spent almost a whole day here, and you feel very comfortable in here. And you see out the back the sort of the dark red coat of a gnome packing a bag of some sort, and you can see the bed which was laid out in the back, which is the back room that he's converted into this. Oh no, it was in the loft actually. So he's just gathering his bits in the back room, and you see Magnus turns around, and for those of you who might be peering through the window, he is very similar in his features to Eugene. A bit fuller, a bit rosier cheeked, minus the goggles, and instead of the green hair or the green tipped hair, his are faintly burgundy, but only slightly. And he wears this faded jacket with the like kind of red, very much bright red lapels. And he looks up at you, Eugene. He's like, "Brother,
Where have you been? Where's everybody been? What happened to the shop? I mean, hello. I don't know what to say. Are you really Magnus? Say something only Magnus would say.
oh no, that's very."
Oh gosh, I need to sit down.
Oh, okay. And
There's no chairs.
yeah, there's no chairs. You sit down on like you could sit down on the floor. It's not that far away from you.
Savage.
He goes, I have an idea. First of all, brother, thank you for the nice smell device. That ties in with what I was saying about the idea. It brought me unspeakable joy that you have calibrated the sense so closely to the sweets of whimsy that one could literally be standing among the bubbling beakers.
That sounds about right. I hug him.
And he kind of hugs you even more awkwardly. And you see as he steps back, there's kind of an awkward sigh, like,
What are you doing here?
well, I came here for work. Well, in truth, it was... wait a moment. You're asking me where I have been, and yet you're the one who disappeared.
I didn't disappear. You know what happened to me.
I know they took you away, brother. But the things they said you have done, the lies that they had spoke, curse them for it. Oh. I shouldn't say them to Eugene, but curse them.
I've never heard you swear before.
They're blasted lawmakers. Oh. All they do is what the nobles want. Blast them.
Maybe I got that formula wrong. I don't know. I don't think I did.
That's not very like you.
I don't know a lot anymore. I felt so sure, and no, I don't know. But it's lovely to see you. Do you want to meet my friends?
I don't know.
They're okay. I wasn't sure at first. One of them likes food, and they all seem to like my sweets.
Everyone likes food, Eugene.
Well, to some levels. I mean, some people just have horrible, yucky stuff. These people seem to have taste.
Well, maybe give me a moment. Sometimes, I need to readjust. I've only been here a day. This place smells strange.
I quite like the sort of the burnt smell.
Well,
It's
the
not
attic
pleasant.
smells strange.
What does it smell like?
Dusty.
Oh, that makes sense.
Although I am very much, and he kind of like, there's a little bit of enthusiasm about him, and he's like, I am very much a harder man since we last saw each other, brother. I have become somewhat feral.
I don't believe that.
You will have to forgive me, but this is the brutal
Did you
world.
sleep outside?
No, I stole an apple though.
Brother!
I didn't even eat it. I gave it to a child. I've become a lawbreaker.
Well, I hope you left a note of apology.
No, you are a better man than I.
I stole a jug. I know, but I left some money.
Oh, no, well, then that's a purchase.
No. I left the tavern. And then several hours later, because I was rather tipsy, I left some money, and I almost got thrown out afterwards, subsequently.
Well, I robbed someone. Actually robbed someone.
Well, it's not a competition, Magnus.
Well, if it was, then I would...
But yes, well, that's awfully foul of you.
In truth, I witnessed him being rude to an innkeeper who was very kind to me, and so I mage-handed through the window while he slept, and I took something.
What did you take?
Well, I'll be honest, it was his purse. I felt very bad because there was a large amount of gold inside, so I took only a couple, and then I put it back.
I don't know what to say. If Papa could see us now. Do you know where Mama and Papa are?
Well, Mama, I do. Well, many of them are in the capital, you'll be pleased to know, and well...
I searched in the capital. I know it's an awfully big place.
Yes. Well, there are many things I need to tell you.
But do you want to meet my friends first?
Okay. Okay, yes, now that I know that you are not quite as ashamed as me as I thought you would be.
Well, I'll write you a letter later.
Quite.
I told my friends actually about the hide-and-seek ordeal.
Oh, yes, that was a bad day.
Yes, that wasn't very nice.
Not quite as bad as the last day we saw you, but... Sorry, I shouldn't...
No, it's all relative, really.
Yes.
Hey!
Hide-and-seek doesn't really seem as bad when, that happens.
Well, yes, quite. I'm ready to meet your friends.
I hope you like them. And if you don't, maybe I'm learning this, but don't tell them directly that you don't like them. I had an awful ordeal with someone that I did consider an acquaintance, and I told her in a letter that she was an acquaintance of mine, not a friend, and she didn't take it very well.
I'm very... So you named her by her
I know.
proposed title?
No, I know. I'm learning.
What, is she unstable?
Well, she did seem a little unstable when speaking to me, but I don't know if she had any alcohol in her system. But anyway, we're much better friends now. It brought us closer together.
I mean, Eugene, if there were substances in her body, then that is a...
Well, legal substances.
A variable we can't predict. That's something that... Anything effectively thrown out the window.
I didn't throw anyone out. But is that one of those sayings?
It's
I learned
a figure
about
of
sayings.
speech.
I've been learning about
You should
those.
read more literature.
What books do you read? Can you show me these books? I need to learn more.
Well, I'm only carrying a handful, mainly the ones that I write my journals in, but you never read much literature.
I tried.
Well,
not as much as you. You seem to collect it.
Well, I just couldn't quite get my head into some of the more logical stuff that you did. But anyway, I'm ready to meet your friends now. I'm worried I'm going to be unready, so...
I thought you said you were ready.
I am ready. Just...
Well, stay in that state of mind.
Okay.
And I'll go and get them. It's okay. Count to 10. I do that in my head and that helps.
Okay.
In through your nose. And out through your mouth.
5.
Friends, I just run out and knock over some sweets. Oh, I pick up the sweets. I have someone that I would love for you to meet, but he's a bit worried about how many of you there are. So, be nice.
We're always nice. Wow.
So, friends, this is Magnus, and I introduce each one by turn. This is my...
It's a red Eugene!
No, my name's Magnus.
Hi, it's Magnus and Maya. Sorry, this is Amaya. She's...
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
She's very good with pointy things, but,
Okay.
academia-wise.
Yes.
But she makes a very good breakfast.
Oh, well, okay, that is a value.
Oh, it is.
Hello.
He meant that sincerely.
I don't know what that means.
It was truthful.
Oh, okay.
Was she the one that... this is the acquaintance.
No, this is the acquaintance. No.
What?
I introduced Freya. But I did explain we are very much friends now. It brought us closer together.
I get it.
Hello.
I'll hold my hand out to shake it in a normal way.
It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you. I hope we can be friends as well.
Yes, maybe.
Are you older,
take
younger, or the same age?
We're twins, am I?
Which one of you is older?
I've never asked.
Is she mean in terms of the order of birth?
Yes, the order of birth.
I've never asked. Didn't seem
I never
relevant.
asked. No, I didn't think it mattered. We're
I
the
get the
same
impression
age.
you're the older one.
Okay.
Why?
He doesn't have your sense of humour.
Does anyone have my sense of humour?
Well, no, but he doesn't have this, like, as much.
He doesn't seem
one.
as. Oh no.
He is standing right there.
Yes, you just hold your hand out to Moxie. Hello.
Yes, yeah, Moxie. Yeah, I have a twin too.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I am the younger one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You keep track of these things.
Yeah, it seems to matter to him.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's to blame, I guess.
Yeah.
Very well. Hi there. Hello.
I'm still really upset about reading about the fucking hide and seek incident. So I'm kind of giving it like a little bit more of a cool like.
It was Henry's idea.
Who's Henry?
Oh well,
I'm just
Henry's
not.
my sister, our younger sister, Henry. You remind her of. You remind me of.
I remind her of you.
Yes. Sorry, this is a lot to take in.
Henry is in the capital with Mother, and then the others, basically everyone minus myself and Father. Anyway, it's family matters. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
I am Magnus.
Both are mobsters, gangsters, if you will.
Oh, well, I myself am quite.
Well, you should tell them. Tell them about the apple.
Is that something I should? I guess if this is your line of work.
Like a horse.
No. Well, that's another story altogether.
Oh wait, I don't want to speak about these things in front of my new boss. And Terence is like, I don't
Are you
care.
still on probation?
It's my first day.
How long is his probation?
I don't really have. I don't know. Is that something I should do?
Well, that depends, but he is very good, Magnus.
Oh well, I take your word. I take your word for it.
He did steal an apple once, though.
That's okay.
You stole an apple.
Yep.
Damn, hardened criminal, your brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you introduced yourself to Aura?
No, the man in the armour who looks rather intimidating. Hello.
Oh, don't worry, he doesn't know what an owl is.
Oh.
It gets slightly less intimidating when,
Shakes your hand. Interesting friends of yours. Owls.
Yes.
No, we're not owls.
No, I know.
Aura doesn't know what an owl is.
I see. Yes.
We both named a condor Magnus.
Yes. Do you know him?
I've never.
No, I don't
condor?
think Magnuses know all the other Magnuses.
You sure?
I think so, yes.
It's a bit disappointing because I was kind of hoping that your Magnus might be able to get us in contact with the Magnus that we met, because then Magnus the Magnificent might have any messages for Freya.
A condor.
Yes, a silver condor.
Wow. How did you meet one of those?
Well,
Freya knows him.
it was sent to Freya.
I see. You have connections in very high places. I've nothing else to say. I've already said my name. I used to work in the sweet shop. I now work in another.
You're very good at the magics.
I am, yes. As an apprentice.
Are you as good as Eugene? Because he can make sweets breathe fire.
Well, I was never quite as talented in the. No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, he's just being modest. He is very good.
I'm more of a collector of spells.
Right, so you collect, but you don't do as much.
Well, it's the learning that Magnus is after.
Yes.
So he does the learning and you do the doing.
If you put it like that, yes. I didn't realise I was so practical, but...
You were always better with your hands, brother.
Oh.
Well, it's lovely to meet you all. What do we do now?
I don't... Have you had breakfast? Or we had a pie. I've still got... some of mine
cannot eat
left.
bird breakfast.
Would you like some pie? It's slightly more tepid now.
Does he
but,
need to work
Oh, well,
today?
gladly, yes.
sorry,
taste.
Terence, I don't have any for you.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm fine.
While this
you.
is going on, can I just buy a gold's worth of sweets?
Yeah, that's
from
fine.
Terence?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Buy
Did anyone
Goldsworth.
hear what me and Magnus were talking about
When?
when I went to speak to him in Maya?
Well, no, because you left the room.
And we were talking to Terence.
I don't know, Freya's very perceptive.
I won't lie.
is all.
Reception was a little bit lukewarm of the experience, but
Hey, I think it's great.
Workshopping it.
I think it's great. I'd come.
Maybe I should invest more gold.
no. no, that's all right. Anyway, I've got some errands to run, so I'd leave the shop to the supervision of my new member of staff.
Which
Okay.
way are you going? Because we're heading out as well.
Oh, I thought you were okay.
Oh, sorry. Are we not?
Well, we can do it in a minute.
I tell you what, you let me know what you're gonna do, and I'll either lock up if you're taking your brother on a little walk. Otherwise, I'll go on my own.
Does he want to talk?
I'll leave you some money if we take
talk?
Magnus for a few.
No, that's quite all right. We're still setting up. I'll be all right for a couple of hours.
Oh, that's very gracious of you.
That's all right.
But yes, I have something to tell you all. We were talking about it, and it's the reason why I'm here with you. There was an incident at our shop, and I was accused. Magnus says wrongfully, but I don't know. I might have got something wrong. I need to sit down. This is very.
Sit on the floor.
There's
It's
nowhere to
quite
sit
fine.
down in this place. There's nowhere to sit down.
But then we were sitting on the stairs. You can sit on the stairs.
Let's just sit in a little circle.
You haven't killed more people.
Oh gosh. Well, I hope not. But I might have poisoned the Duke's son, and got imprisoned for a year.
Which Duke?
For a year? For a year? You were in prison for a year?
I thought I was going to be killed.
Which Duke?
Lucard Wilhelm.
Did he die?
Yes, he died. It was very painful, and it looked horrific.
I mean,
there was frothing at the mouth and everything.
How did you manage that?
Well, it was my new invention, you see. It was the best thing I've ever made, but maybe I got something wrong. Magnus thinks I
You
did.
give yourself too little credit, brother.
But it was. I was working on, as you know, I hope you know, I like emulsions.
Yes.
And the alchemy behind them, and well, I managed to invent this dairy confection that if you aerate and emulsify, it becomes a very nice creamy consistency, and then if you cool it to minus 13 degrees, it's very pleasant to eat. And we called it aerated emulsified dairy confection. It was my
I think we have something like that back in.
ice. No, that would never catch on.
This was me asking you.
Ice cream will never catch on. No, its name is aerated and emulsified dairy confection. Ice cream. What do you think, Magnus? Ice cream?
Oh, that
Aerated, what was it?
Aerated and emulsified dairy confection.
I sometimes call it emulsified aerated milk-based confection. But you can swap the words around.
Yes.
Are you sure they just weren't like
Allergic?
lactose intolerant? Because, you know, I didn't realise how much of a kindred soul you are to Moxie, because Moxie also sort of poisoned someone.
Well, maybe.
And what was their
Who
reaction?
here hasn't
Well, they
poisoned
died,
someone?
Amaya. That was their
True.
reaction.
No, but when they died, how did they look? Like, did their
Awful.
throat?
It
like, did their
was rather
throat-
awful. Yeah.
Like the foaming at the mouth,
Seizing.
spasms. I think lost control of bowels. That
But
kind of.
how do you know that it was your? I'm sorry, I must call it ice cream.
It was somewhat of an event in which the emulsified aerated milk-based confection was.
Oh, wait, what kind of event?
Well, it was.
Like a party?
It wasn't a big event. It was just a sort of.
It was like an opening of our
Yes.
new, confection.
So like a grand, like an open day, grand
Oh
opening.
yes, and the guest of honour died.
His father was rather displeased.
What's his father called?
Lucard Wilhelm, the Duke.
What Duke? I'm just trying to find him.
I'm a criminal.
Yeah.
And I have friends who work in, poisons and illicit substances. Does this sound like a poison reaction that I'm aware of?
The amount of info that they've given you, and one thing I will say is Magnus is kind of embellishing it as well, and they're both very much like, it was horrible. They're not giving you enough kind of real info for you to be like, could have been this one, could have been that one. It was a fast-acting one, for sure.
But does it sound like a poison straight up?
Possibly, yeah. It very well could be, yeah.
Sorry, something's not clicking in my brain because I saw how
brains don't click.
I saw how you reacted when you maybe did actually. And
it brought back horrible memories.
Yeah, but also I don't.
I'm just a common criminal.
But no, you're not. You're not though. But has anyone tampered with your ice cream? Because you don't make those big mistakes, Eugene. That doesn't sound like you. Now I don't know your brother that well. However, and I'm gonna kind of turn away from slightly. You said he's not so good with his hands, so if he accidentally put something in there without meaning to.
Magnus did not frame me, Amaya. Is that what you're saying?
How dare you?
That didn't sound convincing.
I came out here looking for Eugene.
Max would never do that.
Okay. What about Henry?
No, not Henry.
How was it served? Oh!
What did you say?
I'm just doing my notes. Nothing. Carry on.
How was it served?
How was it talk me through from preparation.
From preparation to
ingestion. Was it out of a big bowl? Was there individual portion sizes? Was there serving people that took it round? Did you go, I've made my bowl of aerated and emulsified dairy confection.
Milk-based. Milk-based or dairy, sorry.
I'm gonna slap him.
I don't like the problem.
Was it you finished making it all by yourself and then you yourself took it and gave it to him? Or was it hey, there's maybe a couple of people working in here, somebody's going to take a bowl and pass it over to him? Was there chance for being tampered? I can just see these two at the corner of my eye and I'm so excited.
So
where was this event?
at the shop, the Sweets of Whimsy.
At the shop?
Well, yes, in the shop, there was a space for people to be inside the shop, and there were some people outside. There was a massive queue. So
it was very successful, apart from the death.
Apart from the death, yes. So what happened
the death
with
the son
of a Duke, yes.
Son of a Duke.
Myself, Magnus, and Henrietta work in the kitchens.
Yeah.
We're not very good with the selling, so Mama deals with the selling with Thea and Tabby.
Who's Thea and Tabby?
Older brother and sister.
They're much more.
They're very good with their words.
People, yes.
And are good with people. I'm not good with people.
You are good with people. You're good with us. We're people.
Yeah, I suppose.
I did ask all of them if they were the ones behind it, and none of them.
I mean, they're not going to just say
people
yes.
Lie, Magnus.
Yes, I know. I've come to understand that.
Well, you're feral now. You understand.
I am, but I'm not a liar.
Criminal.
So we make the stuff out back and develop it and design it with Papa's help, and then the other three work with the customers.
So those three were the ones serving?
Yes.
And was there other people in the shop?
Lots of people.
Right.
All over the place. I think it was quite a big. Really, people came from far and wide to try our
Were there any other
emulsified.
large, notable figures?
Was the Duke himself there?
No, he couldn't.
Okay.
He was supposed to be there, but I think he had other plans or something, and so he sent his son instead.
Did anyone else have any reactions?
The ceiling's coming down.
As the guest of honor, he had the first taste. I don't think
So
anybody.
no one else ate it subsequently?
I don't think. Oh, well, they grabbed me.
I
I don't think
ate
so.
quite a lot.
And you didn't die. How long ago was this, roughly?
About 2 years ago.
Sorry, did they do a full investigation? Because this sounds like it was super botched.
I was in the dungeons. I don't know.
And also,
I think you were framed.
You were almost certainly framed, my man. And also, I don't think the Duke's son may have necessarily been the original target if his dad was supposed to be there. Also, Eugene, and I give Eugene a big hug.
I can. He like talks around you. I can give some context, but little. While you were in prison, there was an investigation, but it was very much kept under wraps.
Did they look for any of this poison in the actual premises itself?
They did search the suites of whimsy. I'm afraid I don't know. The evidence was levied towards Eugene, and as the creator of the.
It would have been simple enough for someone who was passing it over to him just to knock, if they had something in the fucking sleeve, just to knock it in.
Oh, they are. They're awful. They are liars.
Did you ever see anyone made of like clockwork?
There you go.
Is this an in joke?
No.
There's factual.
Very serious.
I've never seen a person made of clockwork. No, a clockwork person.
Yes, it's fascinating. You should read more literature.
Oh. You did get me on that one. Yes.
Just expand your horizons.
Looks are great.
But what happens is, why was the shop derelict? Why was I let out? I thought I'd be killed for what I was accused of.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Yeah, you should have been.
I was let out. No one told me why. They just let me out.
Well, we don't have any real answers. The Suites of Whimsy is still closed. We're not allowed to reopen it as such. That's why much of the family are in the capital. They're speaking to the notaries.
You said Papa wasn't with everyone else.
He went missing just before your release, which is and he looks around. I don't know how much you want me to say in front of your friends. I'm happy to speak as openly as.
Yeah, I trust them.
Okay. Well, before Father left, he told me something. He was losing his ability to feel magic. It has been something that has been getting worse for many decades, but he never told any of us. He said it was something called rigor. It was a poison from a group that were after him for a long time ago. I know, Father. People.
He never told me about his past.
No.
Did he open up afterwards then?
Not really. That's all he said. That he opened the shop as a means to give us a life that he wished, and he fell in love with it. And obviously we know the rest. Of course, he fell in love with it. Who wouldn't? So yes. To summarise. He left. Before he did so, he told me that he was losing his ability to feel magic due to some poison that was administered to him by some people who were after him. Long ago, he managed to lose them and opened the shop. And then he gave me... of course. And then he starts goes back into the back room where his bag is and starts rummaging around. And he gave me this. And it's like looks like a kind of letter. It's got a rolled up scroll with a clasp around it. There you go. Him and Milton are still missing. Mother, Tabitha, Theodore, and Henry are all together.
I forgot about Milton. Left a long time ago too. He was always had wanderlust and wanted to leave the shop.
So you have another brother?
Yes, but I haven't seen him in a very long time. Decades.
But
45.
Thank you.
That's Mother, Tabitha, Theodore, and Henry are with the notaries in Sahira, trying to clear your name. That's why they're there, and the shop, so we can open again. And I went out into the world, looking for you, Milton, Father, and I came here mainly because of the sweet shop. I have to earn money. I've made my way down here, and Father, I carried this because he told me to give it to you should I see you.
Should I read it?
I should think so.
So I take this book and I read it out loud.
Okay. You open this, and it is not a letter. It is a blueprint.
Knew it.
And it is in the same design as it's the same paper design as your crossbow blueprint, but it seems empty with some kind of faint sketch marks on it. But there's very little to see.
Oh, I wonder if the lexicon can be of help. Have you heard of lexicons before?
No.
I get out the cube and I put it on the floor. Hello, lexicon, awake.
Starts lighting up between the blocky cracks.
Are we still outside?
I thought we were inside.
I thought we were outside.
Okay, cool. We might well have been inside.
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're
Just
inside.
huddled up. It's quite small.
Hello, Master Valentine.
I have a new blueprint, so I would like to have a look at.
That is good news.
So yes, can I place it in the receptacle?
Sure. You roll it up. You thread it through the bored hole in the cube, and he glows for a brief moment, kind of pulses, and Magnus looks very fascinated by this. I think the voice is only heard by you though.
Yeah.
So he might start saying stuff, but you're kind of overridden by the lexicon's voice in your head, and it says, "The blueprint on top is a guide for powering the crossbow, a special design crossbow to fire small alchemical bolts and how to make them. I believe it is called a jolt or two of something special, combining alchemy and artificing in a crude but, as the author puts it, crude but beautiful way. There is a second layer, an unwritten layer to the disquisition, which shows, I can show you if you wish."
Yes, please.
Kind of turns to a kind of particulates in the air, almost like
Everyone
smoke.
sees this.
Yeah. And Magnus is kind of like, oh! Takes a step back, and it kind of uses the remains that are clasping the scroll as a projector, and it kind of projects light up into these particles, and then the combination of the reflection of the light and the movement of the particles makes a kind of three-dimensional projection, if that makes sense. And it says, you see a map of Delnori, and then you see that there's a familiar glowing point, which is remembered as the previous blueprint that you had in Delnori. It zooms in onto Delnori, and you can see in the guild garden in the easternmost building, there is a pulsing in that building specifically. And Magnus is like, What on earth is this?
I don't know how Papa was able to make these blueprints, but it's a secret location of one of these other lexicons. Papa knew about them.
I can provide some context to the process, Master Valentine.
Please do.
The blueprint itself would have been this man's creation that you referred to as your father, I believe. It is likely that he wrote a blueprint on the top of this, and the paper itself was part of an old, as I said, unwritten disquisition. That is what I'm reading in this map. It is likely that he wrote the blueprint itself on top of a disquisition.
If he's done it twice, he must have known about this.
Very possibly. I'm yet to meet, in my very limited archives, a mortal that is not of certain descent who can create these disquisitions, as it were.
The plot thickens, so I close it up.
Cool. You just for context and to be clear, you now know that there is. You can see on that map there is the dot is on a specific.
Yeah. Rather than just knowing it's in the city.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Oh wow. It was a strange device.
I found it in a table, in a library.
My, that is odd.
I suppose that was my feral moment. I went through a bookshelf into this little hideaway hole and drank this potion that made me see invisible things, and it led me back to my table. I opened up the table and I found this.
Wow.
I stole it.
Well, I mean,
I think it was
hidden.
I think I was supposed to find it, but it wasn't mine. Because stealing's wrong.
It sounds like you've been to some interesting places. I tried to go to the Artificers Guild yesterday, but they pushed me away.
I went to the desert, and I just say everything. But very much like a child would be like what I did on my summer holidays. I do it in that sort of way. So I went here, and then I went here, and then I did this.
Oh, we went to Christmas. Oh,
Yeah.
we met a devil.
We cooked at a banquet.
Yes.
Aye.
Killed a guy.
Killed a man.
Oh. And actually did it this time, not allegedly.
Yes, several people now, I think,
I mean,
actually.
they were bad people.
And he was protecting us to do it.
Moxie keeps score. Like it's some sort of game.
But she keeps scoring everyone, like everyone's murders.
She has like a little tally chart that she gets out, like it's a full-on chalkboard that she rolls out during the fight. Yeah,
Yep, and Ansor's even killed one too.
Wow.
It's like you picking up Ansel.
Yeah, it's like that awkward like dangling.
Long cat.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess you win.
It's not a competition, as I said earlier.
Well, I don't have the enthusiasm to stab someone quite yet, but...
Oh, it's horrible. I threw up several times.
Yes.
It's not something we enjoy, but it is a necessity.
Okay. Oh, I'm quite exhausted.
It's only the morning.
To be fair, we're also knackered, Eugene.
Yeah.
We have a reason to be knackered.
I did so much running. Can I come back on the back, please?
Yeah. On you get.
I suppose we best not keep you from any more work, but you can join us for dinner tonight if we do have dinner. We can have dinner.
Oh, we'll have dinner.
I would like that,
We're
yes.
going to have dinner.
Hopefully we'll have dinner.
I don't know. Like,
Who knows
if
what
we
happens in this town?
No, I know. We just killed people.
I believe Terence told me that you were staying at a place called the Old Diver.
Yes.
It's great.
Sounds charming. Huh?
It's a beefeater.
It's a beefeater. Well,
do you remember the harvester that was in our town? It was
It's got a hotel attached, like a Premier Inn.
Yeah.
But does it have a salad bar?
No, unfortunately not.
Well,
I do like that Red Devil sauce they do in Firaxis.
yes.
I used to love that. I love that Red Devil sauce.
Well, I will gather my thoughts and prepare myself for a social event this evening.
Hang on, I'm gonna get my book out. I'm gonna take Amaya's name off, and I'll be like, we can let you know when we're gonna sit, like, when we're settling in, and if you don't want to come, like, because social events are scary, you can just say, and that's fine. And I get him to write his name in the book. If he wants
thank
to.
you, Sentinel. That's
Is
very
this some
kind.
kind of contract or?
Oh no! I will just. Have you used sending sticks before?
Yes.
It's like that. And as soon as like today is over, I'll take your name out of the book unless you want to stay in it. So it'll only be for like an evening.
So you can unsubscribe.
Anytime
you want.
He glances at Eugene once, but then he kind of like.
Casual wear tonight. There's no dress code.
I'm afraid I'm wearing I only have what I'm wearing currently.
Well, that would be perfect.
That's what we wear most days. Our own clothes that we have, not your
No,
clothes.
I wear Amaya's a lot.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet all of you, and he holds his hand out to you, Eugene.
I hug him again.
And he hugs you back this time. Awkward sigh.
Yeah, another awkward side from me.
Well,
we'll see you later.
See you later.
Have fun with the caramel. Terence talked to me about how you can hear when the caramel's ready. I think it sounds like a bird. But I think he might just be making it up.
What about? I mean, we used to use thermometers, Eugene. Do they not have them?
No, they don't have those here. I'm so sorry. It's okay. I would understand if you wanted to leave right now.
Well, I mean, I guess if we want inaccurately tempered chocolate and inaccurately heated caramel, then
I think you should go with it because his caramels are delicious.
I learned a
And
lot.
cooking isn't always about using the tools and the instruments. Sometimes it's about your instinct. This could be good for you, Magnus.
Father did used to say
science. It's an art.
Father did used to say similar things sometimes.
I have literally never used scales.
Well, that is a terrifying prospect. I bid you good day.
this is so salty. So salty.
Also, I love that that's what I said him. He's killed a man. We can live with it. I didn't use scales. Get out.
Leave.
You told me you did, Amaya.
I never mentioned
The travel scales.
Scales.
He goes, ties his apron on, and waves at you as you leave. Okay. Day is yours. It's probably around getting close to 11 now.
Do we want to go?
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
Brunch.
Pies?
Well, morning now. It's still
Midday.
That will have counted as a short rest.
Oh, thank you, God.
Cool. I mean, I don't know.
Was I like that when I met you all?
Not
Yes.
that bad.
I'm getting very conflicted opinions
To be
here.
fair, Aura met him way earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
I was that awkward. I feel very much grown then.
I don't blame you. A lot happened when we met.
Yes. I thought I was going to go to prison again.
So did I.
Which prison?
It was just one in Baraxis.
It was a jail, really.
Yeah.
Like not a big prison.
I was mostly by myself the whole year. There was a dwarf there for maybe a month or so, but they took him away and I never saw him again. I think he was annoying in the jails there. They used to call him, what was his name? But he had Tourette's, so they called him, I can't remember, something about Toe. It wasn't very nice.
Toby Tourette's.
I can't remember what his
That's
name
how.
was.
That's what it sounded like you were going for.
No, that would be silly and I.
Oh, okay.
Eugene, if you don't mind me asking, what was your father's name?
It was. I should know this.
Daddy.
Edwin Bantine.
I'll note that down for later.
Okay. So you guys are in the plaza outside the sweet shop.
So we're gonna
What would you like to do?
go. We're gonna go. Are we going back to
home?
Home?
Going home, or are we going to somewhere
I
else?
don't really know what we've got to do. I mean, I know there was a big, massive fight.
Yeah, and like,
Should we go
DM,
by the
why don't you
maze
have a
market and see if the guy is in? Not
Crissaphaene.
in an obvious way, but like to see if he's there or if he's doing.
I can change into another half.
I'm just wondering if we're on a time thing.
Well, I
because
mean-
if they've got what they need,
Yeah.
I think it would
might
still
make
take a
their
few
game.
days.
yeah.
I mean, we could go. Don't give him your blood.
We could go spy.
No, we're not doing that again. I've learnt my lesson.
We could quickly just go spy on the entrance, see if anyone's going in or out, and maybe see how they're getting in.
That's a good point, actually, because we don't know how you get down. We don't know how you get out. You're talking about the big cave
they
thing.
get out.
Yeah, we know how they get out
Yeah.
because they get up through the
Don't
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
How
But
they get in.
when we went
Okay.
up to the top, we couldn't see any obvious levers or anything.
Yeah.
That reminds me, we were going to make explosives to blow up that arch.
We can do that this afternoon.
You did go looking for ingredients, and he said that he'd have to source something.
Did you tell us that that's what you were doing?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
I think he
said he
said
wanted me to work on firewall, which I did.
Yeah,
I can't make it.
I told you he had a scroll of firewall, but it was expensive.
I read.
I'm going to go back there and actually see if he's got explosives.
I did read
I
some
can't
books on.
decide if Grundle or Magnus is my favourite.
Oh, Grundle's incredible.
Yeah, but Mangus is also pretty great.
Angus.
Mangus.
Mangus.
Let's just call him that.
He's from the manga.
I have read several books on explosives. I've only really learnt about them, but I could give it a go to make some as well.
You would
like this shop.
One thing I would say is you know that you could make them if you bought effectively the sigil recipes. So if you were to buy the sigil recipes and the ingredients, you could make explosives.
Let's go to. I'm gonna go to where was it?
Hey guys, we just saw a fucking chimney get blown up in some horrific attack.
More
Like,
explosives. We want to be super suspicious.
yeah. Oh my god, it's like the people who buy all the ingredients. Oh fucking hell. Okay.
Oh wait, who's got my
I wasn't
finger?
doing premeditated murder. I just bought this rope and these other things for gardening.
Who's got my finger? by the way?
That's a point. Someone's got it. It's fine.
I didn't pick up my finger.
Oh god, I dropped
think
Sandra's finger.
I think I did.
Got the finger.
Potions and things.
So what's the plan? You guys tell me.
So we need to go wherever Aura wants to go to pick up
I do kind of want to go to
potions
the
and
shop.
things.
I'm not gonna lie.
potions and things. I kind of
We
want
might
to
get a
spy on
discount.
the
I told you I'd
entrance
bring
on the
friends.
thing.
Okay. So
I mean,
you got spy on the entrance,
yeah.
you got potions and things.
And then maybe have a nap.
nap and then dinner.
That counted as a short rest, so
Oh, yeah, yeah.
don't need
okay,
a
cool.
nap.
So if we do some sort of planning, I mean, do you want to make?
Was there something we needed to research? Because I can go and do.
Yeah, we could use this as a planning thing, and then maybe
And then
converge in the
action.
cavern tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's still very early. We've got a lot of time.
Well, because we could get all of the explosive stuff ready, go do any research.
Well, I can go and do research by I can
we could split
pop
up a
it.
little
I can
bit.
pop in so long as someone's carrying my necklace around, and in 6 hours puts me on the floor.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
So long
When
as
you said
someone puts
research,
me
I
on the
thought you meant
floor
the
back in 6
I
hours.
thought you meant the library.
Because
No,
it's
that's-
6 hours now, not 4. Thank
So
you very
if we
much.
split into 2 groups, like one do some shopping
Yeah,
and one do some spying to see if there's any movement
I can do spying.
on the caves,
I can do spying.
then would that work?
I'm always one for shopping.
Shopping.
So
Shopping.
Aura Moxie,
I do want to go to the shop.
who do you want to
Oh yes.
who do you want to carry you around?
Who wants to carry me?
I mean, I've been carrying you all day, so a necklace is a little bit easier to carry than a
Yeah,
full
just set an
person.
alarm for like 6 hours time because
Siri.
that's when I'm. That's when I'll come back out again.
Yeah. What would you prefer to do?
I would very much like to go to this potion shop.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you should go get supplies.
Okay, so what was on the list? You got potions and things, spying on the entrance to the Lotus archway.
While Sentinel is researching
Yeah, so
in the net.
Sentinel-
You're researching.
We'll, us 3 will go
Somehow.
spy.
Yeah.
You 3 go research and buy things.
Yeah.
Not research, just buy
Okay.
things.
Is there anything you would need buying? Need supplies.
Bombs.
Cool.
So the same thing that they want.
Yeah, just enough explosives for the party.
What about healing
potions? Potions, yeah.
Maybe some heal.
I can make some tonight.
Oh, sick.
I've got a few ingredients and I can buy a few more.
Yeah.
Some poisons would be great. I've got especially like a sleeping poison. I've got those blow darts now, so I can just put
Yeah.
someone to
How
sleep.
much of that poison did we grab? It's not sleeping poison.
I have
but-
a bottle. You have a bottle. And I
Okay,
think
cool.
they are 3 doses each. Is that right? Charles?
Yes.
We still have Touch Lotus.
We still have
uniforms, right?
Touch Lotus
Yes.
stuff. I also.
We should put those on
Let's put them on now.
so that we're super.
I've got one potion of healing.
Conspicuous.
I mean, not
Yeah.
Right.
the people, the guards and stuff.
And don't
but, like,
forget to get itemized receipt from everything that you
Yeah.
pick up, because we'll put it on the expense account.
Do we
Clayton, you've been taking your expenses, right?
He's not here.
he's not
He would
here,
like to
yeah.
hotel.
Thank God, otherwise I was like, oh fuck.
Do we need the VAT breakdown as well?
Oh yeah, that'd
Just
be
get
a
a
good
VAT receipt, yeah.
full VAT receipt.
Question: this might be really, really stupid, but do we know who's got the other half of the map that we need?
So this is the point. No, we don't. So we think there was a thought that it was still with the curator in the Whispered Word and the Guild Gardens.
I can tell you what the captain said. about that.
Yeah. Because
So-
I'm bastardizing the summary.
Well, he basically said that they divined the location to somewhere in the Deus Ward, and I think he directed you to the university.
But was that before or after they got theirs?
That was well, he didn't actually say the timeline, but he did
Because
say
I
that they'd.
thought my understanding was that when they were looking for
Hmm.
it, they divined it, and that's where they found it, and that's why they went there. That was my understanding.
Yeah, he wasn't really clear, but what you do know for sure is they went to the curator at one point and they bought them half of the map. They told him they wanted the whole map, and the curator assured him that he didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, because one of you guys did say this, and it might have been you, it might have been Amar, I can't remember, who said, how do you know that he didn't just have the other half? And he said that he trusted the curator.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, there's no reason to, because we would have just paid another load of gold for
Yeah.
it. So that was his thing on the curator, so you can take of that what you will. And the other thing he said was that he believes it's in the Deus Ward for sure, and because they divined it, and he thinks it should be starting in the university, but that's what you got.
But this is why I want to talk to Mordrin, is because if his mother is the one who set us on the other job to steal it back, she might know where the other half of it is. She might know who has it.
Yeah, that's good. I have locate objects, so if we
Yeah, I have it on.
near
I have it on the compass. On there, it lasts for 10 minutes and it's within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay. I wasn't sure, like.
It's a big old spell. So we I want to check with Mordred first, because also if we can get him, if he can tell us more about what we're going after, like where we're going. If he's like, oh, it'll be here, or I can find out it's definitely here. They've got these defenses, whatever. Would make more sense than going straight into
Okay, so
it.
save that for this evening. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
We'll hope. Well, if he turns up. Hope he turns up.
I think he will.
Badger him.
Oh, if you're going shopping, can you, first of all, Eugene, have you still got my finger?
Yeah,
Can I have my finger?
of course. That's never a sentence I've got anyone
It's an early
say to me.
birthday present. Use it for your necromancy. Enjoy my finger.
Wow.
I know just what to do with this.
What spell do you have that needs digits?
Animate dead.
Does it actually require
It says,
finger
it
bones?
says a piece of flesh.
Oh, there you go.
We've been talking about this
Are you just
for
gonna keep that? Like,
Damn, son.
Do you need like a bag to put it in? Like, what?
it's already in a bag, isn't it? It's on ice.
It's all right, yeah.
Shouldn't you vacuum seal it? To keep it fresh.
And if you come across, I
rosemary
don't
in
know, like
there.
a little
A little bit better.
golden like claw thing that I can put on this finger, because I think that'd be fucking rad.
Pickle it. Get some pickling juices.
Not
Oh, I was pickling spices.
We can put it in a pickle jar.
Pickle my finger.
Pickle the finger.
Pickle my goddamn finger.
Hey, you can use your spices.
That is disgusting. You people.
It'll like, keep it whole for longer. I guess.
Jesus.
And smell remotely pleasant.
Oh no, I thought you guys, there was like a real horrific sexual bent to that.
No!
Well, I'm going to use it because
You're absolutely disgusted.
Sexual
finger,
banter, I feel
Jesus.
violated.
You are gross.
That's why I was reacting like
I
that.
am married.
Let's be honest, you can't blame me for assuming you guys are making fucking innuendo jokes.
Rude. What a thimble, like a claw.
Yeah, a pointy thimble. Yeah.
No, like with like 5 little tiny little scratchy fingers, right?
Does that
Well,
exist?
yeah, but like we can just start with the one, and I can buy the rest at a later date.
Oh no, I
Don't
meant
chop
like
any more
5
fingers
on
off.
like a thimble with like a tiny little scratchy hand.
Okay, maybe you should just go visit Crissaphaene.
Okay, maybe we'll leave.
Made of
Maybe
clockwork.
we'll leave the claw for later, and I'll go and commission that myself.
I'll keep an eye.
Jesus
Imagine.
If I see something that's definitely you,
I'll
I'll
pay
do
you
it.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Don't buy me anything stupid. No pranks.
So
I'll break your nose.
you guys have been walking and
Nothing
talking.
to assist.
You get to the Plaza Square, which is where. Oh wait, no, because you're going to Skewer Street. You're going to Chasm Town. You're going to go Booth. Like,
Yeah.
where are you going to do that? Just wherever, and then we'll carry on.
At some point, like probably I'll walk down to Thingy with you guys.
Yeah.
'cause
And then
then
hop
it'll
in
be
there.
at least hidden a little bit, and if there's anything immediate, then I'll fuck off.
Okay, so you walk and talk. You get to the
God.
point where you need to split. So you guys are going to go deeper into, I believe it was.
We're going to where
go
where
straight.
like the lift comes up.
Yes.
the-
It was one of the. I can't remember which one it was now. Here it is. North Fisher. So you're going to go down North Fisher. It is obviously daytime. So is it just you two going?
I'm walking with them.
You're going to go with them.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the 3 of you going to go to potions and things. Moxie, are you going with these 2, or are you going to come? Cool.
You feel them.
Okay, so you split
Boys.
off. You guys going to Chasm Town, and the other 3 going to North Fisher. So you get to North Fisher. You walk down. It is this. It's basically a canal. Like the cliff sides get really tall. It gets really narrow, and then you get deeper in, and there is still a bit of mist, even though there's this morning or midday sunshine at this point. You go past tanneries and warehouses, and then you get to the burn down. He's like, hey. And then you get to the burned out building that sits atop the atop the trap door that you guys found, and behind that, in the cliffside, was the elevator that you knew. And there's obviously in front of it there are gravestones everywhere. So what are you guys going to do? You're going to stake it out, and I know you're going to.
I kind of want to hide behind something, but be able to see what's going on at the elevator shaft.
Could you see from the tower? Like, because there was the thing at the tower.
You absolutely could. Yeah, cool.
Oh, tower.
Yeah, so I won't make you roll. You make your way. Well, actually, do you want to stealth across the garden first?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably a good idea.
So roll your stealth checks.
Can I?
You're going to be with disadvantage because it's the middle of the day.
Okay, let's stealth first.
Oh, fuck.
Is it an oof?
Well, no, mine's all right.
Mine's an oof.
Yeah, so is mine.
It's a natural one.
Mine's not a natural one oof. It's a 3, so it's a 5.
I got a 2.
I did get a natural 20, but that's still a 19.
You're wearing the uniforms, which would give you a bonus to any charisma checks.
So I got a 19. So
A 19, so you got 1 pass of 3. Okay, so you stealth across using the gravestones. It's very I'm not going to make anything funny happen for those rolls because it's the middle of the day, so it was a really difficult ask anyway. But you move across through the gravestones, and you make your way into the building. I won't make you roll up because you know that these stairs are really dodgy, so you quickly go up one by one. You make it into the burned out spire, which kind of sits at the top of this. Almost like US colonial style house. Sometimes they have these slatted like towers. This one's completely burned out, and you can see through some of the destroyed wooden battening that you can look directly at the cliff. You've got a great view of it.
What a view.
We're gonna stake out, we're gonna get some snacks out.
Yeah. Make yourself comfy. It's a bit like you're in the remains of one of those nests from the hoofed creatures.
Yeah.
You just sweep it aside with your foot. You are in stakeout territory.
Cool.
You are probably going to have to be here a while.
That's fine.
That's fine, because Sentinel's got a...
Yeah, I'm gone for 6 hours, so I can also hear everything that's happening, so if you guys get into trouble, scream.
No.
So you're like, what?
If we shake the...
I can't feel it.
The whole world.
This whole fucking house. In a demi-plane, just like... Yeah, so just yell if, say, tell me to come out, because I can hear everything.
So you can hear everything, so if we were like...
Sentinel's a bit... Yeah. Sentinel's the worst, yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so you guys staking out, you go Banff.
While we're sitting there and we're like watching, can I ask Freya, did you think of something when we were talking to Magnus and Eugene?
Sleepover.
I'm like pressing my ear up against the wall. Like...
You could say you haven't Banffed yet if you like, I'm fine with that. I didn't know she was going to do that.
I didn't know you were going to be like...
Not that I'm here, but I am.
We're all...
I mean, you could
What did you
say
think?
that I think our backstories overlap quite a lot.
I see you.
What's a backstory?
I've had dealings with Lucard Wilhelm. I didn't know his last name. I just knew Lucard.
Is he like a nice or a not nice person?
If you just knew his name, was that like a fun?
I mean, he attempted to murder a friend of mine.
So not nice.
Well, I don't actually know if it was him. There was an attempt. There was an event run on behalf of Duke Lucard.
Yeah.
Was it at a sweet shop?
It wasn't. It was in the city. It was in the city in Sahara.
Yeah.
It was a brothel, right?
It was still in the chorus district.
Pub.
Yeah, it was the conservatoire.
And there was a big fancy event there.
Yeah.
There was an attempted murder. I don't think I know who was. I thought it wasn't it Barry Claire? It was.
She was, and then
Sammy.
Yes, and I mean I wouldn't say, but there was someone who effectively saved her.
Yeah.
And
someone saved. My sister. Yeah, my sister saved this person from attempted.
I didn't want to say because
my sister asked.
Do you know what type of like attempted murder? As in, was it poison?
Do I? I haven't written that down.
I mean, from what I've, it was so long ago, but what I have and what I remember was, that it was to do with the ticking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was to do with the Clockwork Man.
Okay.
So but it was like he or she or whatever this thing is was the thing that did the murdering.
And as a result of this, my sister went missing for like a year.
Oh.
So there's something going on with Lucard. I don't know what.
It's very weird. Because my thought is as well, right? When Eugene does a recipe wrong, it usually just explodes. It doesn't just like sit there and then wait and then be like, I've been ingested, I must poison now.
But also, didn't Magnus say that he ate loads of it? So it can't have been the whole batch that was poisoned.
yeah.
It was a one-off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is how you do it.
But the event that my sister was involved in was, I guess, a full year after the son died. So
someone was still...
I don't know if they're related, or if someone is after Lucard, or I don't even fully remember why they were trying to kill Sammy. We're gonna have to go over this afterwards.
I don't think she knew.
She didn't know why. Oh yeah, okay.
This is all very suspicious.
I think she believed that it was because she had rejected the chorus.
Religion.
Yeah. And she was working at the conservatoire, and then I think that's why she thought she was attacked.
So this Lucard guy is involved in a lot of shady stuff.
Yeah, sounds it.
And I don't know how they're all related yet, but I guess they are.
Gotta look into that.
Anyway, have a nice day.
I was thinking about trying to contact my sister again to see if she'd come across Edwin, maybe.
Yeah.
Because
if he's missing,
if her group is involved with, or if she was part of the group that tried to remove his magic from him. I don't really know what she's involved in.
There's gonna be so many conflicts if this doesn't go well. Oh god.
Back to acquaintance.
Oh, it's not me.
I'm just
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What a pity.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Charlie's like, the conflict that I prepared.
What do you think of Magnus?
I think he's
what do you think of Magnus?
You're not here, shut up.
I know.
I think Eugene is the older brother because he seems wiser.
See, I think that Magnus is the older brother because he's a bit more of a dick. Like a bit of like that kind of controlling, like,
Yeah.
I'm the older twin, so you got to do what I
It's a bit
say.
stiffer.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think we got the better twin.
Oh, you definitely did.
Green
We
is
would have
such a
left
nice
Magnus
colour.
behind in Dustman.
Yeah, we're gonna lock Magnus in the fucking cave.
You'd have never made it out.
Just go see what Dav's doing over there.
What's happening?
I think it's nice.
You think
I
it's
can
nice?
see that they're. I mean, it's very obvious they're related.
Oh, it's so obvious they're related, but Eugene got the nicer traits.
I really hope my sister didn't try and kill his dad.
If he did, we just don't mention it. Just cover it up. It's fine.
I've done many a cover up in my time. You can sort it out.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
all good.
can't say a thing.
Why can't I say?
Well,
why can't I
maybe-
say those two
maybe-
specific words?
Maybe not the part about maybe my sister being involved in killing you so much. I got you.
I didn't know I was going to be like, my pa's the best. This guy.
My sister might have killed your dad.
Hey, there's always more than two sides to every story. So
I don't
we just
think
wanna...
what
More than
she was
two.
involved in was like some assassin shit.
Yeah, I mean this has got 20
I
sides.
don't think
so-
so.
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
It could have just been one giant misunderstanding.
It could have been. It might not even have anything to do with her. It might not be related to your sister.
And if it is, we'll just have a nice big group therapy session and we will get through it.
It's fine. Who amongst us has not tried to murder friends or had friends try to murder friends or who among us has not been instructed to murder their own sister? You know, it's.
I mean,
I choose to believe that my sister has rescued Edwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it's
seems
the opposite,
legit.
she'll have a legit reason. I mean, there's a possibility.
A legit reason.
My mother might have sent like scary people to try and drag me home. So
That's
you know.
fun. I'm pretty much convinced that I'm pretty sure that my dad didn't actually want me to kill Moxie, and that's a whole other thing that we're trying to grapple with.
Wait, you tried to kill Moxie?
You know this. This was the whole thing. That's why he ran away.
I thought you accidentally killed.
I've accidentally killed no one. I only kill people on purpose.
Sentinel makes no accidents.
There's no mistakes. But that was the whole thing. That's why we left.
Oh, I've misunderstood this whole thing.
I was told because of Moxie's mistakes that she needed to die.
Yes, I remember now.
I'm now no longer convinced that's what was actually happening. You cannot tell her until I'm sure.
Do you think it was your asshole of a brother who...
No, I think he was trying to get us out of whatever was going on. Oh. Because he gets us, the easiest way to get Moxie out of anywhere is for me to take her and run. Because I'm careful. She's not going to be able to do it by herself.
Yeah.
Love her. Imagine her 6 months ago, before you met her. Remember when we first met? Like, she can do no shit spells. She can do no spells.
She was so squishy.
She was so squishy.
You guys, I wonder what they're talking about.
Imagine her running away and having to live on the streets.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have... So I'm getting more convinced by the day that the point was never murder, more her safety. I've always been collateral damage to that prick, so...
I mean, it makes sense. However, your father did not communicate that well.
My father is an arsehole.
Yeah.
But he didn't communicate that very well. And he's still an arsehole, but you can't tell her, because if I'm wrong and I get her hopes up that Royce was actually not as much of an arsehole as we think he is, and he still is, it's going to break her heart all over again.
We'll keep it quiet. I'm going to forget this ever happened, let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, you forgot about our entire Well, this has been a nice, share. Yeah. Any more sharing we need to do?
Yeah, what about you, Maya?
See, you say that, and then I've had a moment of, I actually genuinely don't think so.
What's the deal? You did just say that your mum might have sent some bad people after you, which is like,
well,
you're not being chased by a family member.
Again, bad people, in context, she probably doesn't think are bad, but then I was kind of told by my dad to just, quietly go and run away. So, they're probably not bad to her, but then makes me think they're bad because my dad was like, leave now. Or it's dangerous. So I just kind of went and stayed with the bear.
And that's where you learn how to cook.
And that's I already had learned how to cook because of our family cook.
I wish I told Magnus that.
There is always Jill in this evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of
Man, we have such hard lives. Damn.
If I had stayed, it would have been so much easier, but I didn't.
Then we wouldn't have met you.
Yeah.
And my life is richer for knowing the two of you. And everyone else, but they're not here for me to be nice to.
I wonder if the clockwork man is after me.
I mean, it kind of does sound like that way, because he does kind of keep cropping up.
I've sort of been chasing him rather than... I didn't really think of it as the other way around.
Maybe he was also chasing you. Maybe
he was going round in a circle.
Yeah, and you'll never, and because of that, you'll never meet, and it'll be fine. And if not, I'll kick his ass.
Yeah. Ran away from the chorus, and they don't seem to like that very much.
Yeah, see, I ran away, and they didn't like that very much. There's a lot of controlling things going on here, isn't there?
We ran away, and nobody liked that very much either.
We all have some really real similarities.
Meanwhile, loads of stuff's going on. It's just not a scene.
That's like 10 people.
I like carrying furniture.
Hey guys, what was that noise?
Like Zeal just keeps popping up, being like, "Are you coming?" Or I'm like, "Yeah, in a minute."
Yeah, he's just there, tapping his foot.
Oh, hey, Zeal. Wait, can we see him now? All the time?
You've
or is
always
it
been able to see him.
Okay.
Since we were on the boat from Crissaphaene.
Yeah, after the time where
everyone thought you
killed you.
So many
misunderstandings.
Yeah.
This seems valuable, but there's something on your desk for you.
Yeah, he did. Oh,
But no, we didn't.
he looked excited about it.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to your chit-chatting.
No, I'm coming. All right. Apparently, there's something for me. See you later.
Enjoy.
Scream if you need me. Bump.
So do we
I
just
assume you
sit
guys are
and
gonna
look out the window
Yeah.
now?
Okay. All right. I'll make you roll at the end, but it will. If you're spending a lot of time doing it, then that's good. So, Sentinel, you appear in your room. The four-poster is made. There is the broken black and white tiles and all swept nicely. And then on your writing desk, there stands a little small vial of twisted glass on the side. And Zeal's kind of with you, like runs up to it and he's pointing.
What is it? I'll pick it up.
Well, it's and then there's like a little knock at the door, and you see
The mage hand open.
the Enigmora stands there in his leather slippers.
He's so fancy.
His messy but long hair is kind of like brushing the door frame.
How tall is he?
He is pretty tall. He's like 6.5 feet tall.
Jesus.
And his beard that usually like covers much of his face has been trimmed to like a thick stubble. Hello.
You get a barber in? Like what?
No, I just did this. Can I come in?
Yeah. Your
Thank you.
house.
Okay. Steps in. He's wearing his heavy. It's like a deep blue velvet coat. There's dust on the sleeves and elbows.
Well, did you like the wine that I sent?
Yes.
Good.
I mean, it's funny that you should ask. And he kind of pulls out a very, very dusty bottle of wine, a big handprint on it, revealing a kind of written label. With Zeal gone, I'd fetch this myself.
Sorry, I've stolen your butler.
No, it was fine. I did it myself, and
Proud of you.
into the cellars. He like wipes some of the dust off of his elbows. Did require crawling, but I am well, which is odd. I wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay, is it a bad thing?
No, I don't think so. And he kind of raises his hand, and some blue ribbons of light flutter into these geometric patterns, and they spiral away into smoke, and the window at the side of your room shifts outwards, rumbling. The bricks and plaster begin breaking and reforming with an orange glow that you're kind of familiar with now, you associate with your own magic, and moments later, in its place is a balcony with cast iron French doors. I've not been able to change this place for a long time. Kind of the doors open, and he like gestures for you to step out.
Yeah.
And as you step out on this balcony, you see the black and mauve sky that looks like fractured glass, as though you're in a world that's inside an unlit gemstone. And the outside of the subtle house you can see is actually more like a kind of sprawling Gothic castle. Some spires jutting out from blasted roofs, broken bits of wall, and you can see a large section of it ahead is completely engulfed in the forgotten, this oily black smoke that seems to devour this whole part. He points at it, he's like, that was the Toyaska wing. I don't know why.
How do you spell Toyaska?
Toyaska.
Wasn't going to spell it like that.
I don't know why it's called that, but I know that is what it is called. I'm remembering things, and I'm remembering them at a pace that I find somewhat terrifying. But that isn't the crux of the matter, and he kind of like rests on the balcony, I'm dancing around the point a bit. The thing is, I'm remembering more and more, and yet the forgotten seems to spread. How can I be remembering more if the very thing that is eating away at me is progressing? There is time, and I'm enjoying seeing glimpses of your world through your eyes and feeling some of it, and he kind of points at the ring on his finger. I just wanted your thoughts on it. It doesn't make sense to me, but I've learned to not trust my mind as much.
I mean, if you're remembering that this is being devoured, maybe it's supposed to be devoured and you're not supposed to be here.
But this is my home, this is me. I am part of this place.
How long has it been your home, though? Has it always been your home? Have you always been here?
And he kind of has this really cynical smile. He's like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I know that it's been for thousands of years.
What if the forgotten is not... What if it's giving you freedom instead? Like, forgive me, but what even are you?
I am afraid I don't know. Well, uncomfortable thoughts. Yeah. I don't agree with you. I am supposed to be here, and you can see that kind of streak of stubbornness. And he's like, no, we must halt this progression. The fact that I'm remembering is simply a wonderful quirk of being connected with you and seeing through your eyes. And
yeah, perhaps it's that. Perhaps it's that seeing the outside world is giving you more perspective on your own.
Maybe. It seems to kind of relax at that a bit. I've been meaning to talk to you, though. I believe that you and your friends halted the breaking of a great seal.
Sick! I don't say that, that's not...
It would have been in the last city you were in. The one surrounded by all that sand and other stuff.
Yeah, in my hometown, don't worry about it.
Oh, of course, I'm sorry, I apologise.
Sorry, you're from that.
I know it's full of sand. We don't need to talk about it in a derogatory manner. I don't bitch about your home, do I?
I mean, I think it does it itself.
That's fair.
No, on reflection, I felt it. I felt how close we were to it breaking. And actually, that's a point of order. You've told him about the disciple. I think you did.
I gave him I haven't actually seen him since. I think it's in my old notebook. I haven't seen him since before the fight. I think I've only slept here. But I did give him the name of the disciple.
That's right, you did.
Because I sent it with Seal, and Seal was like, yeah, he was like, cool.
I remember that. Yeah, see, that's what he says. He's like, this Zephyr person, this disciple, seems responsible. That is great progress. I'm grateful. And I would say for the first time in a while, I feel a sense of hope. And I think, I believe things are changing. And you and your friends seem to be at the centre of it, and I am very lucky. Anyway, that's enough of that. Here we go. Hands you the wine.
Sick.
I've no idea if it's any good.
Is it a full bottle or is it a glass?
It's a bowl.
Oh, okay, sick.
Corked.
I mean, I'm not taking this back with me. I mean, it's going to have to stay here for a few months probably, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather share it with Kaz than...
Very well. And he pops it takes it from you and places it on the desk.
Oh, I pull out another bottle of wine that I hadn't put that on the desk. That's also hers. And this is all the paint. You need to stop looking around, it gets heavy.
Very well. I can get you a chest if you like.
She'll fucking love that, yeah.
He does another spiral of seals, and a small but like, you know, decent chest appears next to the desk.
Small but decent.
Clasped. There's no need for a lock, because no one can get in here. Well, is there anything I can help with? Oh, and he grabs the vial. I believe I gave you access to a magic that requires this. It'll only last, I believe, once, but there's no point in giving you something you can't use. What I will say is, worst case scenario, you can pay him and he'll just give you it.
Sick.
I think it's just the D&D balance thing, isn't it? Right. I have been taking up too much of your time in your own personal space. I am at your beck and call should you need me. Or him, he points to Zeal. I have a name. Is that yes? Yes.
Yes,
ruffles his head.
Okay, thank you.
Nods and steps out. Well, that was odd.
How odd?
I mean, he's never spoken in such positive ways for... I mean, I didn't even think it was possible of doing it, but...
I mean, all three of us can't have a bad attitude. One of us has got to fix it.
Okay.
Love you, buddy, but you grumpy.
Well, okay. Do you have anything else you wish to do here?
Yeah, I want to go to the library.
Okay. You absolutely can. You make your way out through the corridors, and I think we will pick it up there next time. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.